Hello, this is Alekius, and welcome back to Automation Monza Motors in Fruinia. It is 1960. We have designed facelifts for our three vehicles that put us into horrible debt, and they are selling like hotcakes. Hopefully that goes for the Pollo Grigliato as well. Unfortunate we don't really get to use all of our fancy new technology. Although, how much money will the bank give us? Not enough. Brings us down to 2 million. Question is, do we try to refit things again? I don't know if I can even build a new factory, a bigger one. Although that would likely take too much time and I'd risk too much. Go back into debt. Our costs are going down pretty steadily, like that much. Oh, it's coming down from 120% factory utilization. Taxes. And Pollo Grigliato is going to go from just under 50% to 100%, 90%, 80%. Is still enough to make a tidy profit. Brings us to 1962. Do we want to refit at all? Guessing no. But we're getting to a point we can actually start thinking about a new model. This 63, care about mechanical fuel injection. Overshot it just a little bit. Economy was amazing. It's still growing. Tapering off though, since this is the growth chart. What do we have? Not what I wanted. This is the one I wanted. We can go into Archana and Deluha. Do we want to risk just making a larger factory for the cars that we have? I also want to get all of this charted out with the new changes into my spreadsheet. Like, I can use the possible revenue heat map. It's great and all, but it's missing the one thing that I really want out of my spreadsheet, which is the how much is left. This is the total size. How much am I grabbing of it compared to how much is left to grab, I should say. What does that do? That's just a leftover UI element from the car selector. Ooh, prestige is awful. Anyways, let's look. We've got heavy penetration into a lot of markets. Hetvesia has a very large commuter market, very large city and passenger fleet markets, and a pretty significant premium market. So that's what I'm looking at right now. Commuter, city, passenger fleet, premium. Commuter is the easy one. Oh, and predicting how many cars I need be a bit easier with my spreadsheet filled out. But we can figure that out next time. For now, anything I really care about next? No. We need a new car project. We want it to be available in all. What do we have available? Actually, where is the spreadsheet? Looking at the demographics, commuter. We're looking for drivability and comfort, fair amount of safety, and fuel economy. All right, I can do that. Oh yeah, how many? They want it to be a sedan for maximum bonus 4 to 5 seats. Well, take a look. We want just the sedans. We have a gigantic 55. We have a smaller 55. And then we have this 1960s sedan. And then we have the 55 micro. That's so micro, I don't think we're going to be able to fit the 4 seats. Well, we probably could. It's a little too cramped. This smaller 50s sedan looks like an optimum choice for us. Looking for mass production, cheap as we can go. Do we go for the ladder frame? It really limits our flexibility for things like front rear suspension and engine placement. It's super cheap. We'll do front longitudinal. Gonna hurt the cabin cost, increase the drivability, and we have familiarity with it already. How about that? We can get double wishbone, semi-trailing with the ladder. Could we always? Seems odd to me. We'll drop the quality 1. Use older, more reliable technology. Could use an existing engine. We're not going to. Haven't practiced in a while. Boxer is going to take more engineering time, but it's what we've agreed to do. And costs are more expensive. We'll stay with cast iron. Friction's so bad. Like, I want everything to be a dual overhead cam. The engineering time is ridiculous. Stick with the direct acting for now. Probably go for a longer stroke, call it a 1.2 liter. I might have one of those already. We are going to splurge and we're going to go for the forge. Do one, we might as well do the rest. The engineering time is so little. Eh. I know, changing my mind. We want the pistons because we're going to get more performance and fuel efficiency out of the engine. Cam profile 28 seemed to work very well in the previous series, and so far in this one. Drop the quality already. Drop the quality. Single barrel, twin, standard, standard, lean it out. Then no, it weighs a lot more. Do the short cast. No muffler. Alright, we have some pretty severe knocking. .43 horsepower engine out of the gate. Con rods are stressed by high RPMs. Easily fixed. And then reliability doesn't improve much by going less. No noticeable improvement in fuel efficiency. Around 4. Yeah, 28 really is the sweet spot. We will not tweak the ignition timing yet. Although maybe we should. 14.9, 15, 15.1. Yeah, but it's a balance with the compression. Find out where that sweet spot is. We'll bring it down there and we get away with cast log. Cast log restricts it too much. Constrict the exhaust to get scavenging effects down to a 12.7 or half-inch exhaust diameter. Longer is better. Cast log restricts it a little too much with the fuel efficiency. Short cast seems to be working pretty well, and the loudness is pretty quiet. The exhaust is really restrictive. Look at that torque curve, how much it changes. I don't want to go with the smaller engine because I don't want to go under 40 horsepower. Unrestricted is. And put in a muffler instead. That's more cost to achieve a similar result. We'll just make the sacrifice. we have 16.9 fuel efficiency. And then 17. I haven't done this balancing before. Some back and forth between the exhaust and the compression. Not that there's much to balance there. Advancing the timing is not working out, which is to about be expected. Freeze it again. We'll retard the timing. 17.1. 17. 16.9. So yeah, the balance that I want is right at this 44. Oh. Got to tweak the exhaust system slightly to make it cheaper. So we're looking at max power 53. We're right at the limit. How's the intakes? We're doing just fine. What are the benefits? Benefits. It's cheaper material-wise, lighter weight. It's going to cost us a lot in the end. So we'll leave it there. So we have a... Oh geez, it's been a while since I've done my nomenclature. A boxer 4 cast for bore and stroke. 66 by 88. 2 valve. Overhead cam. Boxers have such a unique engine sound. To me, at least. So 1.2 liter. It is in economy. It is at 46 horsepower. Now I'm looking at my notes. This is very similar to the other one that we made. Almost down the line. Cam profile is a little bit different. Compression is a lot higher because we're using later tech. There's our engine though. Go back to the car itself. Want the sedan, of course. I don't think I'm going to morph the body too much. We're going to want a front wheel drive, automatic, a double ratio, lower the quality, lower the quality, lower the quality. Probably going to want the radial, hard long line, steel. We'll adjust that as necessary. Drop the quality. Drop the quality. Gonna want maximum cooling. 4 to 5 seats. Basic, no entertainment. Lower quality. Lower, lower. No power steering. Standard 50s. Standard I'm gonna go for normal suspension. A pony? Seriously? Got 46 horsepower. How is that a pony? Alright. So, 3 gears? 2. Not even registering. What is the deal? Where are we getting hit? We have lots of drivability. No sportiness. Comfort is a little bit lacking. Looking at shades of green at this point. Some utility. I have to try to make it cheaper. Just not competitive, part of the issue. I haven't really balanced the wheels though. Or the suspension. Or making the fun budget very high. If it's good enough for fun budget, it's good enough for me. Tire diameter. First rim diameter. Go with 14s. Thing I haven't really balanced before. Drop the tire diameter and increase the width. Draw. Oh, that's too far. Drop. Then reduce this till we get to about the same. Competitiveness is up to 73. $74. Losing a little bit of comfort now. Yeah, definitely radial. I mean, some of that is the drivability. Actually, we'll hold it, cross ply. Yeah, that's not desirable at all. Radials. Medium compound. Not really a benefit. Hold the car. Up drop. We can't. We're about where we can get. Increase tire diameter. Or rim diameter and decrease the rim diameter. Or tire diameter. Jeez, I keep mixing them up. That costs more though, so we'll revert back. Leave it there. Drivetrain wise, they want 3 gears. Don't want the manual. Well, it's not really that big a difference. Still, we're so non-competitive in this market. $84. let's just go into, hey, you'll go 72 miles an hour and then you can drop into overdrive. We're at 85, still 85, 84. We'll leave it normally. I don't think a locker is going to help. We have the wheels, brakes. Solid disc seems a little excessive. Two shoe brakes. Bring it down below the front. Although I guess I don't need to. And over brake the back. We're up to 89. Right, we can read the shoe type. That is actually quite a bit of the cost, the brakes. We'll go ahead and hold it so I can show. We'll drop down to 30. If we just increase the size of the brakes to compensate. Oh, no, actually that ended up costing more. I might have been too aggressive. It also increases the weight of the car. Fuel house. Not better, that's worse. Now I've made myself curious. Have I been operating under a mistaken assumption? No, that costs more too. Weighs less. So there is a sweet spot that I've been intuitively hitting. There we go. A little bit cheaper and effective. Squeeze this down. What I'm looking for is that braking at max load at minus 5%, with the front brakes a little bit below the line and the rear brakes a little bit above. We don't need a skid tray. Everything else looks good. Interior wise, fine. With basic or standard. Given a choice, I'll go with basic. Do 4 seats. That is desirable. Power steering, also desirable. Care enough about safety that we could go advanced, but I don't want this car to take forever to develop. Progressive. No significant improvement. I don't know if we can make a commuter car. This is just not doing well enough. I mean, we can hit some other categories. Just the springs is necessary. I hate not having the number there. Be able to help. $93. $93. Usually I'm looking for 1.5 and 0.25-ish. Damper wise. That 0.4 is where it's usually at. And sway bars reduce. Roll angle is pretty significant, but that's fine. Not that concerned. Actually, I may bump that roll bar back up. Basically giving her more max load. Seeing if it maxes out at some point, which it doesn't. Got to reduce the quality. Go with 1,200 pounds on 4-passenger. That's commuter. Go with 1,000 pounds, 250 for each passenger. I will go down to 800. Go with that ride height. Increase. Not bottoming out. Rolling was under 8%. We may be targeting the wrong market. So we're hitting utility. Fun, pony, city. We made a city car. All right. Fuel economy is decent. Can I increase thing reasonable? Suspension, fantastic. Drivability is great. Got that down. Game quality. Not that that matters that much. Ladder chassis. Hurting us in the chassis and body category. All right. So let's try doing this with a monocoque. A lot safer. Got to pay attention to that when I was looking through. I was focused entirely on the production units. 104. It's a bit better. Not too much changing. Actually, I could shift where the engine is. Higher service cost, sportiness. Really not much need for that. Not much need for cooling capacity. Perch drivability. Yeah, I'm not seeing alternatives that I like. suppose I could bump the quality back up. $108. Be nice to be able to look at the competing trims. This one's kind of throwing me for a little bit of a loop. Safety's a bit better. Is there anything I can do to eke out more fuel efficiency? I don't think there is. I don't want to reset everything. I'm kind of okay with that. Might leave it for a little bit. And instead, look at going down to our Pepita. We'll look at doing a second facelift for this. Edit the engine project, new facelift. This is going to be the 63. Not looking for any major changes on this. We can either make it a lot more expensive, or we can I lost my train of thought entirely. Or we can build a bigger factory. It's going to be expensive. I kind of want to do that. And if we're going to rebuild it, I don't want to move to forged. If we moved forged, we can get better con rods. Production units are slightly higher. Material costs are less. Smoother, more reliable, lighter weight. And higher capacity, since we bumped it up some. With that, we can get that higher compression ratio. Keep the cam profile where it's at. Can't quite reduce the quality there. We'll leave it in place. Oh yeah, this is the inline 3 engine. I forgot about that. $19mm is probably where it's going to stay. I don't think we're going to get enough benefit elsewhere. We are looking at a significant change to this engine. There's 17.1. $16.9, and because I hadn't lifted it entirely, balanced it with our new RON number. I have to test that one again and go the other way. Yep, 17.1 is what we're going to get. 50 horsepower. We have a 1.6 liter, 50 horsepower. Now an 86. I don't see much benefit to doing dropping the quality on any of this. Too much cost for no gain. Sounds like a delivery van to me. Let's head back to the van itself. We're now looking at a 63 model. Should be no changes needed. Oh man. $45.4. 3 gears, desirable. There's the overdrive gear kicker. Suddenly get a huge amount. They of course want longer gears. Radials? No. Balance it that way. The brakes are in good shape. No need to change the aerodynamics. Safety, we can boost a little bit. Don't want progressive suspension. A little bit stiffer on the springs. The front springs, rear springs, they want a little bit looser, which seems weird to me. I want to say no to that and go ahead and boost them for the extra load capacity. Okay. Let's hold this. 157, 7. Yeah, that was undesirable. Alright, we'll keep it 1.8 then. Let's flip the dampers, see if we can eke out a little bit more there. Drop the front sway bar, stiffen the rear. We got ourselves 100% drivability. Right on the nose. And there's our delivery van. Now off screen, I'm going to crunch the numbers on the spreadsheet. I'm going to look at how many, we'll name the new model. We'll see how many we want to target for sales. We'll look at the Pepita, see how it's doing, and we'll see if we want to expand the factory. We do have to add the forge, steel forge, but as soon as we start the next episode, I'll show you what that all looks like and how it ended up. But until then, I appreciate you staying till the end. Please leave a comment, let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Take care.